Good morning, coastal movers. What a beautiful morning. Look at the sunrise. We're on the ancestral territories of the Quagil First Nations. Just taking this in for a sec. Got a nice restorative flow for you this morning to help us connect with our bodies, wake up, set the intention for the day, get that good energy flowing through. A little bit of strength, a little bit of flexibility, a little bit of chill and relax. So grab that cup of coffee, throw on some nice chill music. I'll meet you on the mat when you're ready. We're going to come flat down here. We're going to start in a tabletop position. So I'm going to have my knees over my hips, my shoulders over my wrists. I'm going to take a deep breath in, tuck the nose, pelvic floor is drawn up and in, round through the spine. Exhale down. Drive the belly button to the ground, tailbone up, crown of the head up. Deep breath in. Tuck the ribs, tuck the belly button, pelvic floor. Exhale down. Up. And down. Up. And down. 2 more like this. One more. From here, we're going to tuck our toes underneath. We're going to straighten out those legs, pressing the heels to the floor. Draw those ribs up and in. Pull the belly button to the spine. Curl the tailbone up towards the ceiling as you try to drive the heels to the floor. So feel free to have a little bend in the knees if you need to. We can walk it out one leg at a time, bending and straightening. Good. Trying to drive those heels to the ground. Good. From here, both heels to the floor. Pull that pelvic floor up and in. Good. Keep those ribs tucked. We're going to come up on the tippy toes, down to hover the heels. Up on the tiptoes, down over the heels. So as we exhale, we lift up. And as we inhale, we come down and hover. Now, keep those shoulders drawn down and away from the ears. Rotate those elbow pits forward ever so slightly, so it's not going to actually happen. But what I mean by this is don't try to chicken wing your elbows out to the side. Keeping that tailbone curled up towards the sky. Keeping that pelvic floor nice and strong. Belly button is drawn in, ribs stay tucked. Last one here. Good. From here, come up on the tippy toes. We're going to now shrug our shoulders. So shrug the shoulders up to the ears, down to the floor, staying up on the tiptoes. Try to keep those ankles in line with the center toe. Good. Keep drawing those ribs in. Belly button firmly drawn to the spine. Pelvic floor engaged. So imagine you have to use the washroom, but you don't want to get off your mat. You're having such a good time with me right now. So you're going to pull everything up and in. Good. From here, bring the heels to the ground. Keep driving that tailbone up to the sky. A few more shrugs here. Just opening up through the back body. Good. Last one. Good. From here, we're going to keep our shoulders stable. So pushing those shoulders away from the ears. We're now going to let the heels lift off the ground as we bring our knees down. Keep driving your bum towards the back end of the mat. My arms are going to be in this kind of forward diagonal. Keep those ribs tucked. Belly button drawn up and in, pelvic floor engaged. Exhale, come back, drive the heels down, curl the tailbone up to the ceiling. Keep those ribs tucked, so don't dump the chest to the floor. Ribs are tucked in. Inhale down, hover. Exhale up, perfect. Good work. Inhale down. Exhale up, just waking our bodies up. What a great way to start the day. A few more like this. Last one. Perfect. From here, we're going to come forward. Bring your knees down. Bring your chest down. Flatten out those feet. Place your hands down by the floating ribs, or if you want your fingertips just down behind the armpits. Hug those elbows in. Lifting it up for our upward dog. Relax that lower back. Good. And we can rotate those thigh bones a little bit in towards each other, or just thigh bones to the floor. Good. Draw the belly button to the spine, round through that lower back. Bring those feet together. Create just a little bit of space between the thighs here for your rib cage. Draw those shoulders down and away from the ears for a nice child's pose for a moment. Good. Slow breaths. One more deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. Coming back. We can come on up here. We can roll out our wrists for a moment if we need to. Take a sec to roll out our neck. Good. Circles back for the neck. Good. From here, let's grab a seat on our heels. I'm going to turn this way so I can look at this beautiful sun. I'm going to have my heels underneath my sits bones. I'm going to have my feet tucked, toes tucked beneath for a nice stretch through the feet. If you need to, you can always use your yoga blocks as well. Give you a little bit of stability here. And if it's really intense, if you've got really tight feet, that's very okay. Good. From here, I'm going to push off my blocks, rocking it back to my heels if I can, trying to keep my legs fully in line with each other. Straightening out those legs, straighten and bend. Good. Coming back down, sitting it down as much as I can, keeping my heels to the floor, rocking it forward. Nice and tall here, tuck the ribs, belly button drawn in, pelvic floor is strong. Good. One more here, coming back and up. Straighten and bend. Good. Coming down to sit, rocking it forward. Perfect. From here, we're going to come up. We're going to step 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. So we're going to be in a lunge. I'm going to want to have my feet so that they are hip distance or hip width apart. So what I mean is center toe of the front in line with the center of the front hip, center toe of the back in line with the back hip. I'm going to pull this front hip back, pull this back hip forward. So I'm not twisted to the side here. Both my toes are facing, losing balance, forward. I'm going to sink it down nice and easy here. So think knee over ankle. Try to avoid putting a ton of weight in this back leg. So if you're feeling it a lot in the back thigh and in the back knee, what I want you to do is draw the ribs in, draw the belly button in, hands up by the ears. We're now going to actually hinge at the hips, so lean a little bit forward. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Find your balance and hold. Keep pulling that back hip into the socket. See if you can come down nice and slow, keeping all the weight in the back of that front leg. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Just stabilizing through that front knee. Keeping that front knee centered and in line with the center toe. And again, leaning a little bit forward to keep the weight out of this back leg. Draw the belly button in, tuck those ribs. Good. Really sitting into that front butt cheek. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Good. From here, we're going to slowly bring our hands down. We're going to rotate to center, keeping the feet as they are. Both toes are facing forward. Hinge at the hips. Good. Little moment to reset. You can kind of shift your hips side to side. Good. Curl that tailbone up to the sky. Good. And when you're ready, draw the belly button to the spine. Pelvic floor stays strong. Coming up, we're going to rotate our feet the other way. Perfect. So thigh bones are parallel. Feet are hip width apart. We scissor those hips into each other. So we draw this front hip back, this back hip forward. We come down, tuck those ribs in. We tend to flare those ribs open and not engage through the upper belly. So draw those ribs in, pull those shoulders back, draw the belly button in, hinge at the hips, lean a little forward to take the weight out of that back thigh. Really try to sit into the back side of this front leg. So that hamstring, that butt cheek. Good, deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to come up slow, keeping a gentle bend in this front knee. Inhale down, exhale up. Try to keep that ankle in line with that knee. And that knee always aiming over that middle toe. Exhale up. Nice and slow here. Feeling the energy slowly build through our body. Beautiful work. What a beautiful way to start our morning. Good. 2 more. Come up. Nice and easy. Holding it here for just a moment. Bring the arms down. Rotate out. From here, we're going to walk our feet out a little bit. We're going to rotate our toes towards those top corners of the mat. We're going to sink it down nice and slow here. So I'm going to try to keep this this knee over this ankle. Again, my knee pointing in the direction in line with my middle toe. I'm going to sit down and back into this hip. Holding it here. Draw that belly button to the spine, tuck the ribs, pull that pelvic floor up and in. Hands can be up by the ears or even out to the side if that feels good. Slow, deep breath in. Don't let this knee collapse inwards. If you need to, walk that leg in closer. Good, coming up. Other side. Perfect, and just adjust as you need to. It's totally okay. Don't hyperextend or lock out through this back knee. Keep it gentle, thighs engaged, drawing that kneecap up, sitting down into this outer bum cheek here. Draw that knee open, keep it in line with the center toe. Coming up, oh yeah. Coming down, a few breaths here. Last breath. Other side. Coming up. We're going to come down here. If you like, you can grab your yoga blocks to help. Try to keep this heel to the floor. You can always place a block under your thigh to give you some stability. And if you can't quite reach the ground, maybe you're even all the way up here. That's okay too. Just place your block wherever it fits. And your other block is there to help. Trying to push that leg open with the arm. So again, you can be wherever you need to be using your block. You can even place one under your bum to sit if that helps. From here, we're going to try to do a gentle rotation from the hip socket. So be very gentle with this, especially if you're very, very tight through the hips. Don't force it. You can even just hold right here and just try to do the slightest forward rotation and back. And if that's all you have, that's okay. Stay right there. Good. I'm actually quite tight today, so I'm going to take it easy as well. But just trying to open up through my hips. Good. Other side. Keeping that heel to the ground. Don't lock out or hyperextend that knee. Keep a gentle bend. Good. When I do this, I also like to take a hand and kind of place it underneath my leg just to help me right myself. Depending how tight I am, how my body's feeling, or right now, I'm on a little bit of a downward decline into the water here, so I tend to want to fall backwards. Good. We're going to rotate at that hip socket, rotating that thigh bone forward and up, forward and up. forward and up, forward and up. Just waking up those hippies. Good. Walking it up here, hinge at the hips, toes can face forward, curl the tailbone to the sky, draw those kneecaps up the legs so quads are engaged. Good, and just ragdoll down for a nice little forward fold. Continuing to draw that pelvic floor up and inwards. Slow, deep breaths. Good, last one here. Walking it up, keep those knees gentle, so don't force them back or lock them out. Coming up and out. Oh yeah. Let's meet on the floor here. Last little bit just to wake up our core and our upper body a bit more. So we're going to do our tabletop legs. So my shins are going to be parallel to the ground. I'm going to draw that pelvic floor up and in, draw the belly button down. You don't want to have this space under your back here. So imagine I'm at your house. I'm creeping around your living room and I'm going to come and try to slide my fingies under your back. You don't want to let me do that. You're like, Danny, get away from here. So draw that spine down, tuck those ribs down. Now we're going to think about driving the knees straight to the sky. So as we're trying to push those thigh bones straight upwards, you're going to really feel that lower section of the belly start to fire up. This is exactly what we want. Squeeze from the groin to activate and draw those thighs together. And avoid the temptation of pointing the feet to the sky here. Try to keep the feet parallel to the ground roughly, and don't bring the toes together. Keep them just parallel to the knees. Take your other block, place it between the hands, draw those shoulders down, keep those ribs tucked. We're going to bring that block overhead only as low as you can go. And I want you to stop where you either want to shrug the shoulders up, flare the ribs up, and lift the back off the ground, okay? So you want to stay locked in, keep that back down, keep those ribs tucked, shoulders drawn down. That's where we're going to stay. Good. Keep driving those knees to the sky. And all we're going to do here is little pulses up. So think you're not bringing the knees to the face. You're just going to drive your knees straight up and down, straight up and down, keeping that spine to the floor, keeping those ribs tucked. So very, very tiny movement. Keep pulling that pelvic floor up and in. Good. Continuing to drive the knees upwards. So imagine I'm coming, placing my hand just above your legs, saying, try to reach my fingers. Good. Try to reach my fingers. Perfect. Good. Last one here. Good. Drop that block. You can take this out. You can drop your hips side to side if you need to. And just take a moment to release. Good. So from here, straighten out one leg, draw the knee to the chest, bring it across your body towards the floor on the opposite side. Keep this back shoulder pressed to the floor. Try to draw that knee up and across. Take a moment of stillness here. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. A moment of gratitude for your body, for everything it does for you. Taking some time to just ground and center yourself, no matter where you are in the day. Good. Other side. Draw the knee up. Bring that leg across your body. Keep this back shoulder to the ground. And if you're having a hard time keeping this back shoulder grounded, you can also bend this back arm. That can just help to really pull your torso opposite direction. Good. Couple breaths here. Good. And release. Come on up. Finishing off here. Coming down to the floor. Hands can go by the floating ribs for finishing off with our up dog. Tuck those elbows in. Press the hips down. Lift the chest up. Relaxing through that lower back. Draw the belly button to the spine. Tuck the ribs. Rocking it back here as we exhale. Press that chest to the ground. Draw those shoulders down and away from the ears. You can do a gentle twist to one side to kind of glance under your right armpit, bringing that left armpit closer to the floor. So I'm not turning my head as much as I'm rotating through the spine and through the upper body to turn my chest that way. Good. Other direction, turn the chest towards the left armpit, bring that right armpit lower down. Good. Coming up here, tuck those toes, pressing it up, walking it out. If this feels okay for you, slowly walking your feet towards your hands. You can kind of ragdoll here, hug the elbows. As we conclude this beautiful morning wake up, or wherever you are in the day. Good. You can place a little gentle bend in the knees if you need, rolling one vertebrae up at a time. Coming up, circling those shoulders back. Right on. Thank you guys so much for joining. Always a pleasure to have you. It means a lot to me. If you're enjoying my channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button and sharing it with a few of the people that you love the most, because why not share this kind of beauty with everybody, right? It's pretty freaking cool. Much love, guys. Take care.